Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Nicole Frolick, and today I want to talk to you guys about timeline co-creation and unmasking the dark agenda. And I think it's really important that we really talk about this and that we get really clear on how we need to move forward as a collective, especially if we want to co-create the timeline of liberation of this planet, liberation of the people from the matrix, this system that's keeping us all enslaved, or at least that's how some of us perceive it. Um, so how do we actually co-create this timeline? And I think it's really important to get clear about this right now because there's so much happening and our emotional field is being manipulated moment to moment right now. And even when we're at our best, sometimes it's easy to fall prey to this because you really want to be aware of what's going on. And in order to be aware, you need to kind of immerse yourself into the darkness. But it's time that we not just unmask our faces, but we unmask the dark agenda. And I just love how divinely orchestrated everything is, how beautifully planned this could be, that at a time where we're being told we need to wear masks, that it is actually our duty and our mission to unmask um, the dark agenda and the lies that are being perpetrated on humanity. And so, going forward, it's really important that we as a collective understand that moment to moment, we're co-creating a new timeline. Okay. If we are staying in a more positive um, perception or at least frequency, emotional well-being is very important. If you can moment to moment really stay in that frequency and not get pulled into what feels like a vacuous hole sometimes of the polarization, then you are in a really good place to assist humanity and this planet in liberation. And this timeline of liberation is so important because it's tied into every little thing that you're doing in your life. Okay, we're all connected, we're all one, and we're all part of this. We all signed up to be here at this time. Whether some of us may believe that we did it and want to leave like ASAP, but I don't believe that. I believe that we all knew what we were getting ourselves into, and it's time to show up. So if this is about unmasking the dark agenda, we all have to start really unmasking the darkness within each of us. All right. We can't project everything outside of us if we're not looking within. And so, in order for us to really create this timeline of liberation and to unmask everything that is hidden basically in plain sight, to be quite honest, we have to go into our own shadows and start unearthing all of the things that make us uncomfortable, all of the things we've avoided, all of the things we don't want to see. Okay. And this actually has come through. I've talked about this on a couple of different podcasts, in that what is happening right now, because there's so much cognitive dissonance in the collective, or at least part of the collective, is because they're so unwilling to see the truth. And part of that is fueled by all of us who are unwilling to see our truth. And it doesn't mean that we're not doing, some of us are doing deep dives into the shadows and understanding our own darkness, but we're all avoiding something. There's something really scary within each of us that we're afraid to really go into. And in some cases, it's multiple things that are really scary. But now is the time to take the deep dive into your own darkness. You need to unmask your own shadows. You need to find what's hiding in there. You need to go into your fears, because it's the only way we move through this and create the timeline that so many of us know we're a part of in that creation. And to be quite honest, I do believe it's already created. It's just a matter of us experiencing our own reality at this point. So experience your reality by unmasking your own darkness. Unmask the truth, okay? Unmask the dark agenda within yourself. Unmask the ego. What is the ego trying to really keep hidden in order to protect you from what is perceived to be a really dark place? And some of you guys, I've been working with you, with clients, some of you in my alchemy program as well. Some of you have been working with me on one-off tarot readings and things like that. And a lot of us are going through this. This is coming up in everyone's readings, in everyone's calls. There's a deep need to unmask the dark agenda within. Remember, as above, so below, as within is without. So we need to focus on that. If you have no idea on how to co-create this timeline, this is the one thing that all of us can be doing. If you don't know that you have enough strength to be the voice right now to really speak your truth, if you don't know if you can take the actions that you need to take right now to live your truth, go within. Start searching and start getting really uncomfortable with, or start getting really comfortable with the uncomfortable. Okay, that is like one of the main ticket lines into this timeline. This is, you go into the darkness, you bring in the light, you accept it, you embrace it, and you liberate yourself from that, through that. And what that is you're zero pointing your own field. You're zero pointing everything so that you start creating that timeline. You start experiencing. You can still experience the liberation timeline moment to moment at any time that you wish. You can jump in and out of timelines. I wanted to say seconds, but obviously it's even like smaller than that. We are capable of so much. All right. So going forward, if there's anything that you can do, it is this. And I implore all of you, okay? I implore all of you to really go into your own darkness. And despite the fear, do it anyway. Because we're not in times right now where we can be shrinking violets. We're not in a time where we can say, oh, maybe tomorrow. Today is the day. Today is the time where we take back our sovereignty, where we liberate ourselves from our own demons so that we can then liberate the planet from the evils that are perpetrating for millennia. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of get this message out there really quickly. I've been meaning to do this video all week. I have been so busy, and at the same time not, because I've been forcing myself to take time to just have downtime for myself, because I've been working so much through this whole pandemic that I've realized that I need to slot out time for myself to just chill. And so, but then again, I don't want anything to come within that. So I'm sorry, I wanted to get this video out sooner. Guys, I have so much good stuff coming up next week. If you're on my newsletter, you're going to hear about it first. And stay tuned, because I've got 2 awesome videos coming out next week. And it's all going to be new stuff that we haven't talked about before on the channel. All right, guys, I love you so much. If you need any more information about me, head on over to my website. It's currently in flexibleme.com right now, but just so you guys all know, I'm going to be migrating the whole thing back to my original website, NicoleFrolick.com. I've moved my podcast onto that website now. So you'll still be able to find me through inflexibleme.com, but within the next week or so, I'm probably going to switch things over. So just be aware of that, but it's not going to alter anything like on my website. You're going to be able to find everything that you need to find. Don't forget to check out my podcast, Enlighten Up, or if you want to be part of my alchemy program, all of the information to get into that is in the description below. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I would love to, especially if you're really scared and going into your own shadows. I would love to be there holding your hand and guiding you through what can be very scary, a scary process of healing. But remember that there is healing through this, and this is what we need to do. We need to heal and hold space for so much healing here. So guys, I love you so much. I'll be back with you real soon. Have a wonderful week, and I love you all.